A big event coming up on Saturday. So we are partnering here at WCNC Charlotte. We are partnering with Nourish Up for an emergency food drive they are having on Saturday. So many families in need. This all comes as we are in the middle of a government shutdown. Day 37 today marks day 37. That emergency food drive is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Holy Comforter Episcopal Church. And that's where we find WCNC Charlotte's Vanessa Rufus, who is outside. It looks great outside, Vanessa. Tell us what you're up to and how things going now.
Hi there. Yeah, Nick. So we're at Eastern Hills Baptist Church. This is in East Charlotte, and this is one of two distribution sites for local food pantry Nourish Up today. And we wanted to come here to just kind of get an idea of what the need is like and to give you a little bit of a peek behind the curtains. We got some of the food here. You can see behind us there is a line of cars. I'm just going to be pretty candid here. We want to be respectful of folks who are in line to get food and assistance here. So you probably aren't going to see a lot of cars up close just because we do want to be respectful of folks who are coming here for help. But we can tell you within about 30 minutes or so, this line opened up, and we've served about 281 plus people at this point. Really big need, as what we're hearing from not just Nourish Up, but other food pantries in the area. But we can tell you Nourish Up says since the federal government shutdown started, it actually saw its need spike 20%. So they're seeing 20% more folks coming amid the furloughs that we're seeing, or folks who are working right now but not getting paid. There's a lot of uncertainty, of course, as we've mentioned over the last several weeks with SNAP benefits. And we're hearing that from folks in line saying that they are being impacted by this. Really interesting stories. You know, we spoke with a woman who was in line, and she talked about how she has lots of mouths to feed. She feeds the neighborhood kids as well, and she said that she was getting some money from SNAP, but no longer at this point. And so she is in line. She says she's absolutely grateful for all the work that volunteers are doing here at Nourish Up. You can actually see, as our photographer Pierre Simmons is panning around, you can see WCNC Charlotte crew is standing by. So we've got folks who have been here from our team who are trying to do their part as well to help hand out some of this food. There was actually, as well, within the last several minutes, she just left, but there was a young woman who came here with a child. She actually walked all the way here, and folks started asking her, you know, you plan to take your boxes of food and just walk home? And she ended up calling a Lyft, but it really felt like this was the first time she's actually had to come and stand in a food line and get help, because she was kind of asking around, asking folks, you know, is this where I come to for help? What do I do? And the folks, of course, very gracious here at Nourish Up, kind of spoke with her, got her situated, and she actually just left in a ride share with that food and that young child. So really just, you know, some heartbreaking stories that we're seeing here. The impact of the SNAP benefits being in limbo at this point. 1.4 million North Carolinians do rely on SNAP benefits. 140,000 folks in Mecklenburg County rely on SNAP each and every year. And for a little bit of perspective, when we spoke with Nourish Up earlier this week, they mentioned how essentially if you were to kind of do a ratio of what their food bank can serve versus what SNAP serves, it's about a 1-to-9 ratio. So with SNAP really being in limbo, they're saying there's really no way they could handle all of the load, even just by themselves or with a whole group of food pantries kind of banding together. So that is the reason why they're doing this emergency food drive. As you mentioned, Nick, Saturday is the day when that's happening. We do have more information on our website, WCNC.com, and inside the WCNC Charlotte mobile app. But for folks who aren't able to make it out in person for that Saturday drive, there is a way to give online, and really just that's by texting. And I know y'all have the information on a graphic which you can show folks, and I think that'll be a lot easier for folks to digest because there's a lot of numbers there involved. But really just hearing from organizers that they're encouraging the public, if they have any sort of means to give, please do so, because every little bit helps. Nick?
Yeah, that's a great point, great perspective there, Vanessa. And we will be checking in with Vanessa throughout the afternoon and evening, as you mentioned. Yes, we have that graphic up. You see it right there on your screen. Emergency food drive. We're partnering with Nourish Up, Holy Comforter Episcopal Church on Park Road. Please help us out, donate, help those folks in need. Vanessa, thank you for your time. We'll check in with you a little later.
Yep, see you
All
later.
right. Yeah, that's a lot of folks in need of help, a lot of folks who are impacted by this government shutdown. And so we're doing our part. We're helping do our part as we can.